I'm given this morning to fully comprehend what it means to live by God's will alone. So, I always laugh when I get a new insight, like when I let go of something older, because it's just like, oh, silly me, oh my goodness, I lived under that illusion. That's the nature. This is why I laugh when I see something has been done wrong, and I'm experiencing what it means to do it correctly. We are born into slavery. Yet we're told we are free. And so we're told we are free. We were created to be free. There's something in us that demands to be free. That it is our right to be free. But we were born into and dedicated and devoted and assigned and committed by blood sacrifice for many of us to slavery. But we're told we're free. So we fight the slavery. We resist it. The government tells us what to do, where to go, how to do it, what we can and cannot eat. But we're not making that choice for you. You're free to make that choice. Do you want healthy food, or do you want the unhealthy food that your body's craving because there's addictions and it feels good and it gets high off of that? And people chose the stuff that's not good for them so long that they just got more and more and more and more and more of it. And we feel helpless. I gotta call someone. Oh, mother's not available. I gotta call a doctor. I gotta call a psychologist. I gotta call an officer. And I have to have somebody else there. I have to have somebody to get the answers from. I can't get. And so we get more governance. We get more people telling us what to do in more and more aspects of our lives. And so basically what we're living in is what it's come down to. What is your daily routine? You wake up. What's your first thought? What do you have to do today? What determines what you have to do today? You have bills with threats on them. If you don't do this, your electricity will be shut off. You will lose your house. You will lose your car. You will lose good relationship within the community. You will lose good relationship with your family. You will go hungry. You will starve. You will freeze to death outside. You will not have shade if it gets too hot. And we believe these things because we saw them to be true. When, you grow up under the threat, parent, this is my home, it's going to be done my way. Well, if you want to live in the home, it's implied, we understand. We have to do it that way. Some don't understand that. They don't believe it. But they learn it when they turn 18 and the parent is legally allowed to let go of them. And that's what happens. In my case, my mother moved out. I woke up one morning, she was gone. The neighbor comes over, who was her ex-boyfriend, and says, "Oh, I bought the house from your mother." I didn't even know where she moved. I didn't know she had bought my grandparents' house. I didn't know any of this. He says, "You can stay here as long as you need to." I'm like, why would I stay with a man who had sex with my mom? Like, in my experience, the men who have sex with my mom try to have sex with me. And any man that I bring into my life, any boyfriend, my mom tries to have sex with them. Like, no. So for me, an invitation to live in your house is saying, hey, you can stay here and have sex with me. And whether the man meant it or not, it doesn't, the poor guy or not the poor guy, I couldn't live like that. So I went and slept in my car. I had a job. But the point is, we experience that these things are true when we are subject to other people. And we aren't taught to trust in God. So we look around, what are our options? And we see, you got to rent a place. I wasn't raised to manage bills, to even know what bills were, to do a checking account. Okay, I'll get a job as a waitress. It's a job. It should pay for rent. Oh, no. No, it does not. No. That's not how it works. And of course, the person that you're renting from, you don't pay the rent, you got to get out. And so that's what we learn. We don't learn what it means to live by the will of God. Now, some of us, you'll hear the stories of, oh yeah, man, my mother, she had so much faith. She was a single mom. That gas tank was on E, and she's still driving and saying her prayers, knowing we're going to get to where we're going to go. And sure enough, we did. And I've had that experience where, somebody rented a vehicle to come get me, and I drove the way back because they didn't like to drive long distances. And so we returned the rental vehicle, and they're like, you went how far? That's all the gas you used? That doesn't make sense. I was in the spirit. I was just going where I was led to go. And so that is the type of life that we're supposed to lead. But we aren't taught that. And we aren't even entitled to it when we're living in ignorance and outside of right relationship, outside of shalom with our Creator. And so first we have to get into alignment, understand, be in right relationship with our Creator, so then He can give us that life where I remember I was in a program, I was with my kids. I've spent too much of my life homeless. But we were in a program. It was like Christian run family program. And the woman, she meets with us. We have to meet certain qualifications. And she just looks at me. She says, well, don't you think if you don't do that it's going to end up like this? And something clicked in me, I couldn't live under these threats anymore. I was like, you know what? No. I've seen too many miracles in my life to believe that if I don't do things your way and force myself into that mold, that it's all going to turn to crap for me. I don't believe that. And that just throws them. All the rest of society believes that. This is the program. And when they put you in those programs, like for example, in one of them, I'm sitting there, I'm using the laptop that they let me use to look for jobs, and I do that. I do everything that they require me, and I'm over here and I'm taking care of my own business, and I'm getting donations for somebody to get a book published because my kids' pictures were in the book. And so I wanted them to be able to publish the book so I could get the book so that I could see my kids in a book, that's being read all around the world, with pictures and life stories of other kids from all over the world, of every social economic level. And so, you have to meet with them and tell them what you're doing and provide proof that you applied to all these places. And all you get is spam from the programs that you had to open accounts for in order to apply for the job through the national branch, not the local, through the national. And then all you do is get spam back. Thanks. I did everything you told me to do. I didn't come out with better circumstances. But I'm telling them, I'm like, oh yeah, I raised enough donation for this, and I can become self-employed. There are other things that I can do on the computer. No, we cannot support you. We cannot help you provide for your children. You cannot continue to stay under our roofs unless you get a minimum in the system job. They have to produce results so that they can answer to the people donating the money and to the government programs that fund this little project, or they're afraid they'll lose their funding. So they have to have results within 30 days. They have to have these people jobbed, housed elsewhere, and yada yada. And so you have to do it a certain way, the way the program has lined out, or they have to kick you out. So they fixed my van and they kicked us out. But they gave me the laptop to take with them. Go figure. To take with me. So I always ended up getting where I needed to be, but I wasn't in right relationship with our Creator. And so I suffered a lot of lack. I wasn't always guided into the best circumstances. And yes, it's a lack of knowledge. It's the family curses. It's all that. It's a lack of understanding, of truly comprehending that somebody can come and tell you in the most convincing way that if you don't do this, then this bad thing's going to happen. No. If it is God's will, our Creator's will, our Father who is in heaven, Yahweh's will, if that will is that I live, that I thrive, that I'm comfortable, then that is not going to happen to me. If it's willed that happens to me, then so be it. I have to accept it. I mean, I can fight it all I want. I can avoid it for a very long time, but it's just going to end up there eventually, somehow, some way. So it's the boldness. It's living with the boldness to say, I don't believe you. I can talk about God. This person's not going to turn on me. And if they do, it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to deprive me of anything. I have no undue attachment. So, accepting whatever will be. So that was just another thing that's coming through for me this morning, is truly comprehending what it means to live by God's will, according to His will, and in cooperation with His will. So that all this faith that I have, all this trust, is not something that just clicks once in a while, but something that I am convinced of with every breath, in every moment. And it's the truth of this that's causing, I like to say, I have walls of ice resistance, and the tears is the ice wall melting within me. So that melting ice has to go somewhere. So we add salt to it to liquefy it and bring it out. So yes, there are depths of understanding. There are depths of comprehension. there are depths of experience. And this is mine.